Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Lewis King, Down the Rabbit Hole, a journey with my mother and her dementia. Now, first of all, my sinuses are killing me, so I've got a froggy throat. Sorry about that. Second, I'm trying to grow my beard back. That's why I look a bit shabby, so I apologize. Now, today's subject is going to be about scheduling. It's very important to get your loved one to do the same things at the same time every day, you hope. My mother would sleep most of the day and then she'd be up half the night. She'd go to bed at 3 a.m., wake up at 8, have a cup of coffee, go back to bed, wake up again about 11, have lunch, sleep all afternoon, have dinner, sleep the rest of the evening till about noon, midnight, when she'd wake up again. One time she told me she woke up at 4:30 in the morning. And then she wondered why she couldn't go back to sleep. I said, well, obviously you've been asleep all these hours, so you don't need any more. Now, when she was here with me, I would get her up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Or rather, George would. He'd go running in there and cry and moan and carry on, wanted to be picked up and put on the bed so he could play with her. Then, of course, Charlotte, who's too fat to do anything, wanted to go in there too. So next thing you know, I had two dogs and a mother all playing on the bed. Mother was just like a little kid with them. And then when George and Charlotte thought, okay, Grandma's up, come on, get her up. So then they'd walk down off the bed and I'd have to get her up, get her in the bathroom, get her cleaned up, changed, and of course take to the table. Then when she started not having control of downstairs, I would physically wake her butt up during the day and make her go to the bathroom. 99% of the time, that diaper was wet. Sometimes a lot, sometimes not so much. But we changed them. And believe me, they went straight outside to the garbage. Wasn't having that smell in the house. But, yeah, when she first came here, I just was like working myself to death. I mean, if she wet the bed, I stripped the bed, washed everything, remade the bed, made sure she had a clean outfit every day, tried to get her to eat, tried to get her to be a little bit more engaging. But I was practically killing myself. And I was like, why am I doing this? Because I know I love my mother. And she can't help it. She's got dementia. She just happens to be one of those unlucky millions that do. And she's very fortunate to have me to take care of her ass. Oh, can I say that on YouTube? Well, sorry, YouTube, I said it. So eventually I was just sort of like, all right, clean diapers, understand. Got to have those. But if her outfit was dry, then fine. She could wear that for 2 days, maybe 3. Sometimes she'd want to keep wearing the same outfit, and I'd be like, Mother, you've already worn that 4 times. No, you're not wearing it again. We'll get something else. And one thing I did not realize was that in all the houses that my parents lived in, they had gas central heat, which is a hell of a lot warmer than electric heat. My house is all electric, so it's no wonder she was complaining she was cold. Plus, at her house, you walked in there, and it was like 80 degrees. You couldn't breathe. I mean, I turned the thing down. That was the first thing I did. There'd be Mother going, I'm cold, I'm cold. I'm like, well, Jesus, woman, you got it up to 80. Oh, have I? Yeah, Yes, you have. No wonder her tropical plants did well indoors. So, yes, when she moved here, I just got her warmer clothes, and I have a fireplace, so we would burn some fires, which she enjoyed, especially in the evening. And it would warm this den up nicely. So, yeah, that's what I did. But giving her medicine wasn't a problem. She didn't, she never got where she didn't want to take it. Sometimes she asked me what it was. And I'd be like, well, that's a blue one, that's a white one, that's a pink one. Well, what's it going to do? I said, it's going to make you younger. Oh, good. She would, Lord, she'd look in the mirror 50,000 times a day. She'd get her little compact out, and she'd look, sit in the chair, and she'd look. Now, Mother was never one for wearing makeup, so, that's just the way she was. She had lipstick, she had powder, rouge, and all that kind of stuff, but no, didn't want it. Forget it. It's like, okay. She always said it was the Texas heat. And she sweated so much that it just all ran off, so why put it on in the first place? Which I can agree with her, but, you could wear a little bit of a lipstick, but still. But yeah, if we were going somewhere, I always made sure that she looked very nice. I'd get her some, nice matching outfit and some nice jewelry to put on and get her favorite Chanel number 5 and give her a good old squirt with it. And off we'd go. And if we had to drive almost 50 miles one direction to go to one of her doctors or her dentist or her hearing aid lady or whoever else it was, well, that's what we did. And then we'd have lunch. Then we'd drive all the way back home, and by then we were both worn out. So we both took a nap. I swear, I don't know how many damn doctors I've gone to with that woman. Oh, and here's the point. You see those commercials on television when everybody's having all their teeth ripped out and then implants and then a new set of false ones or screwed in or whatever they are. And they say, oh, they can do it all in one day. Wrong. Mother had bad teeth. She always had bad teeth. And she was always ashamed of them. And so finally she had, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 posts down here. And that those teeth were all fake. And nothing back here, or up here, or up here. And just a few here that were all crooked and falling apart and God knows what. So we went, had those taken out, and then had the implants put in. Well, you got to wait for them to heal. And depending on who you are and how old you are and how good a bones you got, those take 6 months, 8 months. It just depends. And Mother's took 6 months. Well, she had come to me, I think it was maybe Thanksgiving. And she was walking, talking, just normal. But all up in here was like super bruised. I mean, yellow, black, purple, you name it. Well, of course, what'd she do? Falls in the bathroom. So I have to call 911. Usual firemen come. I said, nope, she's back there. They go, okay. Well, one of them is with me in the den. And I hear one of the firemen ask Mother how she got bruised on her upper lip. And she explained that she just had all her teeth out. And, of course, the fireman with me asked me the same question. So I was like, oh, they're trying to see if we get our story straight, that I haven't smacked her around. So they decided that we were both telling the truth, and off they went. So then, after you get your posts healed, then they put in temporary teeth, which mother had to wear for, I think, another 6 months. And then finally, you get your permanent ones. So it took an entire year before mother got her teeth. And all she got was the uppers right here in the front. And then I think she had a couple changed out down here. That was it. But no, don't believe those commercials. They say that, oh, yeah, we can whip you in and whip you out in one day. Well, they can rip them all out in a day, but the rest of it's time to heal. Of course, this has nothing to do with dementia. This is just sort of telling you about mother's background, her history, you know. But, yeah, that was $9,000. A lot of money. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. That's better. Living in Texas, you get all kinds of allergies, believe me. Worst place to live for allergies. A mother could text like a 16-year-old girl. And what I mean by that is that she'd send you 10 to 12 messages before you could ever reply to one or two. And because she had such a weird sleeping habit, when she was awake, she'd text you. Now, she knew better than to text me after 9 o'clock at night because I'm in bed. But her grandson, he usually didn't go to bed to midnight. So, 11 o'clock, mother's texting him. Now, sometimes she'd text me in the morning and say, I'm not feeling good, I'm going back to bed. I'd be okay. Or, how's your day going? What are you doing? Tell her whatever was going on. But, oh no, that woman could use both thumbs when she texted. Of course, she was a secretary for many years, and she could type 100 words a minute, so I guess, that reflects upon her texting on the telephone. But as dementia took hold, that was one of the first things to go. She didn't even know how to use a phone, much less turn one on. I showed her one time how to turn a phone on and showed her where the messages were. And I pulled up the little screen where you could type. And I said, here, type your grandson something. So she hit some weird letters, and before it could be sent, I just a minute, mother, so I just deleted it. I mean, it didn't make any sense. So why send it to him? So eventually I kept her phone by her chair. I kept everything by her chair. She just had her little nest. But eventually she just didn't even touch the phone. And of course, battery went low, then died. And I just decided, well, since I was the one paying for it, I was just going to take it off my plan. So that's what I did. I mean, there's no sense in, spending money where you don't have to. And we brought her sewing stuff down, her sewing machine, her cutting table, her pads, her rotary cutter, some fabric, quilt pattern books. Because I thought maybe, she might go in there and in my little office and just spend the day sewing. Because sometimes she'd do that. I mean, she'd spend all day sewing if she could. But nope, wasn't interested. So I've since sold all of that. But, it's the dementia just sort of takes things away. And we all know they take things away, but it's odd things. I can't spell worth it, what. And if I was sitting over here trying to put something in my diary and I couldn't spell the word, mother'd be sitting halfway across the room with no hearing aids in, sound asleep. Well, I'd ask Siri whatever the word was, and the next thing you know, Her Royal Highness over there is spelling it out correctly. And I was just like, how did she hear that? I honestly think Mother had selective hearing. I think we all have selective hearing, but I think hers was just major. If she didn't want to hear something, she would just pretended like she couldn't hear. But put those hearing aids in and take that little remote and turn that sucker up, she could hear stuff. So, anyway, I guess I've talked long enough for today. I hope that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification for whenever the next time that I post a video. And I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will talk at you later. Bye for now.